Hello once again, and welcome to one of our broadcasts from Skydive TV, live directly from the COVID-19 lockdown. We have a new guest in our studio, and these are our friends all the way from Australia once again. They are Shelly and Rob Delaney from Manufactory Apparel. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Hey Sammy, how you going?
Thanks for the invite. Great to be here.
Yeah, great to see you guys. I love technology. You know, we are on two different continents, and yet here we are having a conversation about some skydiving while we're sitting around and doing nothing.
Well, that's all we've really got to do. Well, that's all skydivers do anyway. When there's bad weather, we get online and we connect or we buy things, right?
Big weather hold.
Yeah, huge weather hold.
Yeah. Well, we are honored to have you guys here in our studio for this portion of the broadcast, and your company has been a vital part of Skydive TV and where we are today. 10 years. When we first met, did you guys think that we'd be celebrating 10 years?
Well, that's incredible. Just to know.
Amazing.
Yeah, congratulations. The name is terrific. We've always loved it, and we have always been. It's just been a natural progression to be together, a natural partnership. We've got the same values as companies, even though we've got the same industry. And, it's been great. Congratulations to both you and Ira.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your support throughout the years. Rob, I have some questions for both of you guys. You've been a vital company in the sport. So you basically transformed the way we all look with what you do and your designs. How did you come up with the idea to design jerseys and clothing and apparel for skydiving?
Well, thank you. That's actually the nicest way I've heard it put, and probably exactly how I'd like it put too. Look, we've been very, very lucky. When we started in the sport, both Shelly and I, we were already working as fashion and graphic designers. And there was a dream opportunity. If you read about us or if you know about our company or read about us, you'll see that we both went to Skydive Dubai in the very beginning there. And the dream opportunity of putting fashion and graphics together in the sport. And it was quite natural to us. We were like, hey, we've got to make everyone look so amazing in the sky here, including us, And we just honestly used the skills that were already built up, and we transferred the industry across. We worked for surf companies, fast fashion companies, and we really saw that there was an opportunity for everyone to jump in and look really amazing. And
wear products that they're proud of wearing, instead of, a T-shirt that's just going to fall apart after a few jumps, something that they can, cherish and wear and be proud of wearing.
Inspired and motivated. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. People are coming to do an extreme, crazy thing. It's still, even to today, just saying it to you again, Sammy, and we've probably said this 100 times, but this is just how we feel. It's the same passion that drives the business every day, is making everyone look and feel good.
Yeah.
That's right. And you're making us feel and look very good as well, because this is the original jersey, and there is a reason why I have it with me, because I've been wearing this jersey for actually 6 years, and it looks the same as the first time we actually took it out of the package. So thank you very much, man. This is incredible.
Hey, that is great to hear. At the same time, hey, don't be shy. You can always
update. More. Yeah. Yes. We heard you.
They're too good. They're too good.
Yes, they are. But, over there, we've had multiple opportunities to work together in the design aspect as well. We designed these jerseys together, Skydive Ferocity jerseys. We came up with the lens cleaners as well, which is pretty cool. And I have to tell you guys, amazing job. Thank you very much for making us look beautiful out there.
No, thank you. You guys have a great brand name and a great logo to work with. It's actually really easy to work with you guys.
Cool. Right on. So tell us, here we are in these crazy times. The world is on a standstill. Everybody's worried about the COVID-19 and skydiving and the industries. How much of an effect has the COVID-19 situation had for your company?
Well, when Shelly and I came up with the company, or decided to build the company, we worked actually in 9 to 5 desks or regular overtime. We'd done that. That's what the fashion industry is built around. But because we were skydivers now, we very much wanted to build a company around a lifestyle we wanted to live, which was jump when the weather's good, or surf or fly, and work when you can. So we actually built our company remote from day number one. We've never actually had an office. We're actually sitting in our first studio, which is a T-shirt printing studio, which we also have from Manufactory. But basically, our whole team is remote. We've got team members in Florida, in the Philippines, in Portugal, in Australia, and this allows us to still remotely work and globally. So if anyone out there is freaking out and doesn't understand how this remote working does, please find my email address and we will share years of heartache, but also positive experiences with anyone who wants to learn.
It's about building a really good team as well.
That's exactly right.
And, yeah, they've just been so loyal, and yeah, we can work with them remotely and trust them, and yeah, it all just seems to work.
We can still work, we can still service customers, and we've serviced a global audience from the day as well. Like, we're in Australia servicing Spaceland or Sunpath or West Sky. There's a bunch of people out there all around the world, and skydiving's global. So we actually, just to answer the question again, we had to build a company that serviced a global industry from the day, and that meant a remote operation.
Very cool. So when you first heard of Skydive TV, what was your first impression? What was your first thoughts about Skydive TV? And did you think, okay, these guys are gonna do all right? What was your first impression altogether?
I love the logo. I mean, I'm a designer, but I really did. I just went, damn, they've hit that out of the park. The logo, the colors, it says everything, and it was right on trend. And I've always wanted you guys to do great, cover skydiving and give us the most up-to-date feedback, and you have, there was nothing really
like it around. And nothing, no dedicated, skydiving channel.
Any platforms, at the time. So, and to be going 10 years, I mean, from a business owner to a business owner, that's just incredible. I mean, anything past 1 for me is amazing, but 10 is just phenomenal. So,
and it's done so professionally. Like, it's not just like anyone, putting up
a
YouTube videos. It's like a really,
it's a brand, it's marketed, it's filmed. That's right. There's a real profession behind it. So that, it's cool to be hooked up with the latest Instagram influencer or someone these days. But if you, we've always wanted to build a really strong, reputable business. So there we are, partnering with you, a strong, reputable business. And I think that's what Skydive TV means to us, really.
Yeah.
Well, we strongly believe in creating these solid partnerships and sharing the same mentality and ideas and philosophies, so that we can all go together in a certain direction, which is, of course, promote the sport, do what we love, and enjoy our lives doing what we love. So it's great to have you guys on board. So when we came to Australia in 2016 for the first time, and that was actually the first time we met face-to-face in Nagambie, how much do you think Skydive TV altered skydiving? Did it have an impact on it in a certain way? How do you think it impacted the competitors who are becoming a subject to Skydive TV and being portrayed on the big screen? How do you think that affected everybody in the sport?
Well, I mean, it only has the positive effects. It makes everyone take a much more professional stance in what they're doing. I remember that 2016. It was the first. It was actually like the first live interview I'd given with you. You caught me off guard, but I was like, no, this is an opportunity to speak about. We're at an Australian championship. We don't have anywhere near the same amount of skydivers in the US, but everyone's acting professional. Everyone brought their A game. I remember just having you there. We had a huge stage. It just lifted it. And to be honest, every year since, I see the APF has done a really great, not a tradition, but they've tried to up the ante every year. So I think that when you jumped on board and brought this professionalism to it, everyone was like, holy crap, we can. This is like real now. This is like a stepping stone, and now it's really cool to see the stage there every year in the Australian platform. We have a stage and we have the mic set up. We've got the big screens. All it's missing is you.
Well, we had a great time coming out in Australia, and actually, the 2018 the World Championships, that was absolutely incredible, and to be there, to be with everyone on that environment was just absolutely electric. So thank you very much. I think Eva had a question for you guys. What was your question, Eva? Yes, yes. This is a question from Eva, and the question is directly to you, Rob. You, as a competitor, how did you feel? Did Skydive TV push you in a certain direction to perform better because you were now all over the world, or how did you, as a competitor, personally approach Skydive TV?
I think that when you realize, I think everyone goes through a similar journey in skydiving where they start off in AF and wanting to, that they look up to someone with 500 jumps, 5,000 jumps, and they know the people they look up to. And when I started, all I had was VHS tapes and then DVDs. So to be honest, when here I am with you guys doing a live interview or being recorded on the internet, it makes you really go, all right, who am I going to help inspire later on down the track? Who inspired me? So, yeah, for me, honestly, to be jumping up and jumping with the boys that I jumped with, the team Full Tilt, they're incredible guys, and I was really honoured to be part of their team. And then to be sharing that experience on a platform like yours was, again, it was like I was being cemented in a part of my tiny little bit of history within the sport and competitive. So it really meant a lot. It means that I had a lot to be motivated by because I was doing it for myself, and also, like you said, 10 years of history with Skydive TV, and I was part of that from a business with Shelly, and also now with my interviews as an athlete.
It was very cool, man. Absolutely incredible. Now, you and I had a brief conversation earlier in regards to the COVID-19 situation, and I want to bring that back up because it's important. You know, every company right now is struggling. A lot of drop zones are not sure if they're going to open. What are they going to do? For example, here in the United States, today is a day that many drop zones were supposed to open, and new restrictions are coming in place. Some drop zones are open. As you know, Skydive Hawaii is opening up, and we just found out they're going to be having a hard time with law officers and the law and stuff like that. But how is Australia preparing to open, and how is APF involved in helping and perhaps supporting the drop zones?
So the APF, through my time anyway, or our time as jumpers, all we've ever known is that Australia had a unified federation. It actually wasn't until we started going over to the States to jump, or from a business side, and we'd attend a PIA symposium, that we found out that the US doesn't have a unified federation. They have a bunch of different federations. Now, that, sort of water off of a duck's back for us at the time didn't really mean much, but all of a sudden when COVID-19 comes in, we work with the APF a lot. The APF had to put in some uniform orders. We were going through the process to get the Australian team over to Russia. And as COVID-19 came in, all of a sudden we had to start to, work on things. The APF's priority was to keep skydivers safe, tandem passengers safe, and drop zones operating. So in the talks we've had with them, they seem to be very much preparing for opening. And when the Australian government opens again, businesses, tourism, and especially skydiving, I think, and I don't want you to fully quote me on this, but it seems to me that the team at the APF are preparing to help drop zones reopen. They're going to use their power as a unified federation to make sure that everyone is able to get through this time and start operating again with safety, and how that works financially. But yeah, they've obviously got a big responsibility, but the difference clearly between the Australian Parachute Federation and many other countries is that they will be looking over 99% of the drop zones in the country, and probably just doing anything they can supportive-wise to help someone open up.
To support the drop zones on that magnitude. I'm sorry?
No, we thought we lost you.
Yeah. So this is really awesome that APF is actually going out of the way to help the drop zone owners and the community and the sport so much. So this is absolutely fantastic.
They're
you know,
very supportive of the drop zones and they just push the sport so much.
They're currently doing an on-hold series. They're doing an on-hold video series every week to keep skydivers entertained and engaged, because everyone knows that when skydivers are bored, reckless things happen. So they're taking a very parental role of skydivers. They're doing quizzes and giveaways. They have, to be honest, like, they are doing a lot. They're as if they are directly affected by this, because if no one's jumping, then no one's paying fees, no one's giving any money to the APF. It's full circle, and I think that they're extremely aware of how this affects them, and they're doing everything they can, more than most manufacturers or drop zones I'm seeing online. Their online presence is very big in Australia.
Well, this is awesome. I know a lot of drop zone owners, and the entire industry of skydiving is suffering because of it, but we all want to get through this together, of course. And, we want to stay positive. We want to stay really looking forward towards the future, because I think it's going to be a lot brighter on the other side once we come out of this crisis. But we want to say a big thank you, guys, for being part of our 10 years and for being such a great sport and great friends. We were able to develop a fantastic relationship, and we cherish that very much. So thank you guys very much. We want to wish you guys all the best with everything you're doing, and hopefully you're right here 20 years from now, a little wiser, with a little more white hair, But I want to say cheers and thank you very much for all of your support.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning here. We can't be doing that. But
that's okay. And also, we want to congratulate you for your, future baby coming up. Congratulations, guys. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much to you and
Manufactory
Ivor. All we can do is be positive. Just be positive.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much.
That's right.
For bringing us along on your journey. When we first met, 6 or so years ago.
We'll call you up at our 10 years.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome for us, and thank you so much. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you very much, guys. And one last question before we go. What would you guys like to see on Skydive TV? Perhaps something different than what we've already done.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know what? I would like to see you guys in the tunnel flying, because if I remember correctly, you wouldn't be too bad in there. So I'd like to see all four, like you, Oliver and the kids in there. Jump in that tunnel, give us some live feed. 4 ways.
That would be fun.
Yeah, when the tunnel's open.
Well, thank you very much. I think we might just make it happen. Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you around the world somewhere someday.
We will. Thank you.
Sure.
Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Here we go, guys. These were our friends from Australia, Shelly and Rob Delaney. Thanks for watching. My name is Sammy Vasiliev. Stay tuned for next broadcast, which will be for the 2016 nationals and international events that we will be rebroadcasting right here on Skydive TV. Stay tuned, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye-bye.